A bipartisan group of senators just introduced a bill to criminalize so-called revenge porn. Now, the shocking thing about this is that the bill is being led by none other than Senator Ted Cruz, who himself has apparently on social media shared a like for certain types of pornographic material, but not revenge porn. Which is good because revenge porn is terrible. Now, the bill is also being co-sponsored by 12 other different senators from both Republicans and Democrats. Now, one of them is Amy Klobuchar. So now this is the Take It Down Act, and it would basically require social media websites and other websites that host this type of content to remove it, as long as it was put up without a person's consent. And it would include deep fakes as well as AI-created images. So AI-created images and videos, or otherwise known as deepfakes. So, hey, great! I think this is a good piece of legislation so far. Okay, I don't have any issues. Now, Cruz told The Hill, quote, "While some states do provide legal remedies for victims of non-consensual intimate imagery, states would be further supported by a uniform federal statute that aids in removing and prosecuting the publication of non-consensual intimate images nationwide by creating a level playing field at the federal level and putting the responsibility on websites to have in place procedures to remove these images. Our bill would protect and empower all victims of this heinous crime." Look, credit to Ted Cruz for actually supporting something that's good for once, because this has been a problem. The use of AI deepfakes and revenge porn has been going on for quite some time, but it's increased as AI tools become more powerful. It's up by over 400%. So, yeah. And these videos, again, are a clear invasion of people's privacy, a violation, and let's be honest, they're aimed and used mainly against women. So, and there's a shame element to it as well, used to shame and even blackmail people. And it's horrifying. So the violation of a person's body without their consent, even digitally or even with a recreation, again, and it's getting much more difficult to tell what is a recreation and what isn't with AI. I mean, yes, sometimes you still have to count the fingers, but at the same time, it's good that it's being targeted and getting shut down, because that violation of consent and personal privacy, I mean, I'm a big believer in privacy and having tools to be able to protect your privacy. So again, this is great. Now, the bill, as I mentioned, covers deepfakes. Now, on that, according to an analysis by Wired, nearly 250,000 deepfake porn videos have been uploaded to some of the internet's largest websites within the past 7 years. According to a 2019 research by Sensity, 96% of deepfakes were non-consensual sexual deepfakes, of which 99% featured women. And again, with AI proliferating and getting better and better, it's going to continue to get worse. So now, Congress knows this, and they've actually been trying to tackle it before, making it easier, of course, to sue people who post this kind of stuff. That was a recent bill that was passed in Congress in 2022. Now, Cruz, along with 12 other Congress people, they said, look, that's fine, but I don't think it goes far enough. They actually called the civil action, quote, time-consuming, expensive, and impractical. And I agree. The new law would make knowingly publishing these non-consensual sexual images, including AI-generated deepfakes on social media and other platforms, illegal. The bill also requires the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, to enforce a 48-hour removal requirement for social media sites and requires websites to make a reasonable effort to remove copies of images. So, look, I understand that on the internet, everything is forever. You're not going to get them all. And this bill seems to be tailored to understanding that. And it's like, hey, that's why you have the 48-hour requirement, and you should try to make, a reasonable effort. We know you're not going to get it all. That's okay. Just try. Put some moderation on this. get some tools to help you, get rid of this type of garbage content that's posted to your website, and you're fine. As long as you're doing everything you can in your power to remove these images. All right. Now look, this does put a lot of the onus on social media companies to do moderation, and I think that's fine. They should have to do this because, once again, this is non-consensual images. So this is stuff that people do not want up online. And so it could end up spelling trouble for places like X that fired all their moderation team. That also might spell some trouble for right-wing websites that might run into these issues, that love to do their, again, non-consensual sexual deepfakes. And that's what this covers, right? So don't worry, right-wing websites, you can still do, deepfakes of Joe Biden, doing whatever. You can still do that, but no weird sexual stuff, all right? So now, speaking of weird sexual stuff, let's get to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Remember, she might be affected by this as well, ironically, because this is somebody who carried around blown-up images of Hunter Biden's junk during committee hearings. Okay, these are congressional committee hearings, and she's got these blown-up pictures beside her of Hunter Biden, from Hunter Biden's laptop that the right wing took from that laptop and spread them around. That is, well, that's deep. That's not deep fakes. That is revenge porn. Okay, so she's showing revenge porn during these hearings. Oh, look at this depravity! It's so big. There's so much of it. I can't look away. You should look at this depravity too. No, it's non-consensual. It would be hilarious, though, if Twitter/X had to go through Marjorie Greene's account and delete all the images and videos stolen from Hunter Biden's laptop that has been spread all over right-wing accounts and forums. They love showing pictures of Hunter Biden's hog, okay? And not only would it be funny that X and Elon Musk would have to do that, but again, it's the right thing to do, and they should not have had that stuff online to begin with. And again, that's the issue here, right? Is the lack of consent, the violation of privacy that this bill aims to curtail. And so that's why I'm in favor of it. Now, Dawn Hawkins, CEO of National Center of Sexual Exploitation, she celebrated the bill. Here's her statement. Said, by criminalizing the act of uploading such content and mandating its removal within 48 hours, this legislation not only champions the rights of survivors, but also sets a precedent for accountability and prompt action in the digital realm. And I think that's necessary. The bill is co-sponsored by Senator Cynthia Lummis, it's a Republican, Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut, is a Democrat, Shelley Moore Caputo is a Republican, Jackie Rosen, a Democrat, Ted Budd, a Republican, LaFonza Butler, a Democrat from California, Todd Young, Republican from Indiana, Joe Manchin. I know, one of the weird things that Joe Manchin is actually voting correct on because it doesn't impact its corporate donors. John Hickenlooper of Colorado, Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, Republican, and Martin Heinrich. So, hey, that's great. In fact, Loomis said, quote, artificial intelligence is the future and provides an infinite amount of possibilities of how this new technology can be used to improve lives around, not only in this country, but across the entire globe. But with any new industry comes the need to ensure that it is not being used by bad actors, and AI is no different. I agree. Now, the bill is backed also by 30 different interest groups, including the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, SAG-AFTRA, which is the union for Hollywood, actors and actresses, and that actually is related to some of the AI companies using Scarlett Johansson's voice. Now, again, she didn't give consent on that, and I think her, her problems with this, with OpenAI specifically, them using her voice. She may be an incredibly wealthy actress, but that is her voice. That is what she, a part of her, what she offers. Okay, her voice, her likeness, that belongs to her, and it shouldn't be stolen by other people to be used for their products that they will make money off of. And so it really goes down to consent and personal privacy and personal rights. And so that's why, again, I'm in favor of this, of doing something, stopping this these deepfakes, AI, and especially going after this non-consensual sexual images and videos of people being created. And so, look, Senator Dick Durbin, by the way, had previously introduced a bill that would have allowed victims of non-consensual deepfakes to sue people who had held, created, possessed, or distributed the images. I don't think that went far enough. This bill actually makes social media companies responsible for being able to remove it because only they have the reach of being able to do it. And so I think that's a better option. These social media companies have more power in regulating what people see on their platforms. They certainly use it, and forcing them to use that power for good, well, I mean, it's a good thing, and it's a no-brainer. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.